Hi everybody, welcome to this session of ASP.NET Core Web API. In this session, we are going to see how to authenticate our web APIs using JSON Web Token or JWT. Guys, this is the fifth session of ASP.NET Web API. If you missed my previous session, I will give the playlist link in the I button. Please check it out. So, I just created a default web API, .NET Core Web API. So automatically it's giving me the record of temperature or weather forecast. So same thing I am doing in Postman, right? So let's implement our web API authentication or JSON web token. So for this we are going to use Microsoft Identity Model tokens and system.identity model tokens.jwt. So let's go to our Visual Studio. Let's go to NuGet Package Manager and install this our NuGets. Inside the browse section, search this one, Microsoft.int model.tokens, this one. Then we need to install the second part, system.identity model.tokens.jwt. Wait for a few seconds, let it install. So it got installed successfully. Now install this system.int model. Okay, this also installed successfully. Close the NuGet package manager. Now go to our appsetting.json file. Inside the solution explorer, you can see appsettings.json file. Here we need to add our keys and issuer. The same thing in our previous .NET Web API we are adding in our web.config file. Here we are going to do the same operation in appsetting.json file. In the appsetting.json, we need to add one more setting as JWT and one keys and one who is the issuer. Okay. Next, go to our startup.cs file. So in the configure service section, we need to add like this: services.add course, then core policy, allow origin, any method, allow any header, and allow credential. Okay. Next section is after add controllers, we need to add the authentication part where it will add our validate issuer and audience and the what is the means who is the issuer. Okay, so we are getting these configurations from this particular I configuration interface. So I'm getting one error here. Okay, I missed one more NuGet, so let's open to NuGet package. This from line ASP.NET JWT authentication core. Install this one. click on accept. It's added one using statement authentication.zwt error. So here also we need to add some using statement, which is entity model.tokens, right? Encoding it will system.text, and it is fetching the key from the configuration, which is JWT. Colon key is equal to this one and issuer equal to this issuer. Next, in the configure section, we need to add use authentication. Everything is set up. Let's build the application and run one more time and see how it is working. So we got our build succeed, run the application and see our default weather forecast service controller is calling or not. So our web API got run and we are getting this data. Now I want this particular web API it should be authorized. Means just like in our previous ASP.NET application, if there is some session only, then only it will authorize. So Edge Web API does not follow any session. It is completely on REST architecture. It could generate a web token which can be valid in your application through a given date and time. Okay, how can we do this? Stop the application. First find out this particular controller. Okay, here I'm just giving authorize. So this controller will be authorized. Okay, so now run the application and see how it is working. So you can see now this controller requires a authorized key or authorization key to authenticate our web API. So how we can do this? Now let's create one more controller which is called login controller. First time login, I can generate one key and next time onward the client application will send that key into my web API. So web API can authorize that client application or client request. So let's give login control. Inside the controller, I'm just removing this particular route here. I don't no need of controller level route. I will give my API from the API level route. So just like our startup class, in our startup class we can see in a I configuration interface, I'm also declaring one I configuration interface. So it requires microsoft.extension.configurations. Okay. In the login controller, this in the constructor itself, I'm assigning the value. Next, we need to validate our web API. For this, let's create one model here. So let's create one folder, our model, models. Here, let's one class, user model. So inside the user model, I'm going to give login name, password and token. Right? I'm going to post the login name and password, then it will generate the token inside this particular properties. So let's do the same thing. My application name dot models, right? Next, create a method that returning the user model. Here I am directly checking if the login name is Biswa and password is 123456, then only it will validate. You can do from database if you want to know how to connect web API from database, so you can follow my previous session of web API. Next, we have written one function or method to generate the web token using this user model. So we need to add some using statement here, that is identity model dot tokens, right? So for this system dot text, right? And for claims we can add using security dot claims. So for JWT register token we can add identity model dot token dot JWT. Done. So what here we are doing, we are getting the security key from the app setting.json through this key, and we are creating one credential algorithm through this one SHA-56 256. Next we are adding the claims to login and the new GUID, and we are creating our token algorithm and we are generating our token. So here our behind part done. So where we are authenticating the user simple by giving some username and password, and after authentication we are generating a web token or a JWT token for this. So next we have to create one web API to call this one. So for web API I'm just doing HTTP GET, and the route will be user login. Here just in a query string only I am posting the login and password. Then after this I am assigning this model, this value to this model. Then I am checking with authenticate user, which is this one, this user ID and password. If it is authenticate, then I am going for the generate web token. Guys, after completion of this video I will keep this application inside my website and I will give for download, so you can take the reference also. Then it will assign this particular token to this new model token variable, then and it will return to the client. Okay, next run the application. So our application got run, so you can see it is authorizing. Let's do this through Postman and see what is happening, and we will create our login post. So it's not working. So if we hit the weather forecast service, here nothing is coming. So let's click go to our this particular API which is we just created. This is login API, and get our web token. So in the this one login API, and here I am posting the parameter login and password. Login and password I am posting same as my static user ID password. So click on send. So you can see login name, password and token. We receive the token. Now let's use this token to get our weather forecast service. So you can see still it is not coming. So how we can add the token? Go to the header section. not in header. It's go to authorization section. In the token section, add this token, right, and click on send. So you can see if I added this token, I am getting the data. If I am not adding this token, I am not getting any data. So this particular API, weather forecast service API, has been authorized. Okay, in this way we can authorize our API by a single web token, or you can see in the login controller itself, in the generate web token, here I am giving the expiry age are 2 hours, so it will work up to 2 hours. It will work just like the session in our traditional ASP.NET web application. Guys, I hope you like my video. If you like, give me a like and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.